Hello, you're watching Bent TV. We are broadcasting from the beautiful lands of the Kulin Nation. My name is Erin Kyan, my pronouns are he, him, and today I am joined by two fellow trans men, Kalen and Richo, both he, him, and we're here today to try and demystify trans men a little bit because not many people know a lot about us. We don't have a lot of visibility in the larger queer world, or certainly not in the mainstream straight world. So we kind of want to tell you stuff that you might not otherwise know about or answer some questions you might not know you had. So, hi guys, thanks for being here.
G'day, thanks for having me.
So I thought we would start with kind of the $64,000 question that everyone always wants to know, which is like, how did you figure out you were trans? When did you come out to yourself? How did you come out to yourself?
That was a process. I had to get my head around the whole, can I actually be trans? Because the trans people I knew seemed to actually have their lives together in a way that I did not feel like. I kind of went through the process of how do I know that I'm cis?
Yeah.
And can I approach it from kind of a different perspective? How can I prove that I am cis if I was going to be a cis woman? How can I think of it that way? Because trying to work out if I count as trans just got me nowhere for years.
Yeah, and it's one of those things as well, like cis people don't wonder if they're trans enough. Like that's not a thing.
That is something that I read on the internet. Have you spent more than 5 minutes wondering if you're actually cis? Congratulations, you're not.
Yeah.
I feel personally attacked by this relatable content.
Like Kalen said, it's a process. In a way, I suppose I've always known I wasn't quite a woman. Even saying that feels weird.
Yeah.
As a child, I didn't have words for it. I'd always say I was a tomboy, and I was quite happy with that. And I was lucky. I was free to express myself and do my own thing as a kid. I always had short hair, didn't wear dresses, hated them. Happy in myself, I guess, as a child, and quite happy in myself in my 20s, I guess. I only transitioned quite recently. Just being my androgynous self. I guess what really kind of, pushed me over the edge, so to speak. I turned 30 and my body started to change ever slightly. Getting tiny crow's feet and my face looking a bit more feminine. My, I guess, youthful androgyny was wearing off and I was freaking out about it.
I was like, oh no.
I'm like, oh no. And I had trans friends, and the more I was sort of thinking about it, the more I was exploring that, the more I realised I can't deny this anymore. This is me. And I looked into transitioning like medically. I guess socially I've always been quite masculine. I've always been, I guess, butch, I suppose. And I guess I've always socialised that way. So that social aspect of transitioning has been a bit different for me, from my personal experience. It's just my relationship with my body.
Yeah.
And the joy I found in myself now,
Yeah.
I wish I'd done it years ago.
Yeah. I know for me, I'm less common in this respect that I actually do think I was a girl and I was a woman. Like, I did identify that way, but then that didn't fit anymore. Like, once I hit about 14, it was like, oh no, I'm not sure about this. And then once I hit about 16, I was like, ooh, I'm really not sure about this. And then once I hit 18, I was like, oh no, thank you, actually. Thanks, but no, thank you. And like, I know for me, the internet was such a huge, because I've been out for a really long time. I've been out for almost 20 years. And like, I didn't know trans men existed when I was a teenager. Like, I started questioning stuff and like looking stuff up on the internet, but I didn't have the language yet, and the concept was very difficult. But like, eventually if you dig deep enough, you find what you're looking for. And again, cis people don't usually dig that deep, but I dug very deep. And it's been very interesting because my identity has changed so much over time, and I don't feel like I was always a man, but I definitely am now. And I know that can be really uncomfortable for a lot of people, because I think a lot of people don't like the idea that we might just change like that. But like, we change in every other aspect of our lives. Like, I'm not a baby anymore either. Like, sometimes we just change. So I actually really like that we've got such different sort of like realizations, because that's something I've noticed a lot about trans people in general, is there's this idea that we've always known and we're always this way, but that's just not true. Like,
It's almost like we're completely different people.
it's almost like we're individuals.
It's funny that.
If people are questioning themselves and they're like, oh, wait, you mean you can just change, or you can be something else, or you can be something deeper? Like, was there any moment for you that really crystallized, like, oh, like, was there a moment of like, oh no, this is definitely for real?
I still have doubts now. Like,
Yeah.
am I really trans? Like, but the thought of shaving all of the body hair because genetic lottery and slapping on a dress just makes me want to peel my skin off with disgust.
Yeah.
But still, it's that social conditioning. How are you sure?
Yeah.
You know? It's like, because
And that's something we don't talk about a lot, because again, I've been out nearly 20 years. I still have moments where I'm like, oh, what if I'm not though?
what if, what if it's all wrong?
What if all this happiness I've had for years is fake? Because there is that social conditioning, like you're not allowed to consider.
Yep.
And that was especially a problem, back when I first started trying to transition, because any doubts was used as as proof that you're not real. No, Richo, do you ever have moments of doubt?
Not really, to be
Oh,
honest.
good. I'm glad someone doesn't.
I guess it's not like moments of like solidifying points, I guess.
Yeah.
It's more of a journey, and then like occasionally I'll sit and, oh yeah, this feels right. Let's just lean into this a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like pronouns, I found that recently. I was kind of like, I didn't care too much, like call me whatever, just don't pause the conversation, trying to figure out what word to use.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me, but now it's like, you know what, I like this he, him, that seems to like fit, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a bit like a t-shirt sometimes. They're too big or too small, some fit just right.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've grown into this one.
Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes it's too big now, but in a year it's perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So, I mean, I hope this gives you some examples of ways that trans men realize who we are or become who we are. It's very different, person to person. We're all really different. Again, we might just happen to be individual people. So wacky. I hope this has answered some questions for people, or maybe got you thinking a little bit, if you already have been. So thank you very much, Kalen and Richo, for coming to talk about this. I'm Erin Kyan, and you've been watching Ben TV.